Hey y'all, this is video number 5. In this one, I want to explore the cast of characters that Amanda, Andrea, and Allison stacked the deck. Because if you notice, let me do a screen share really quick here. If you notice in the presentation, which I'll also be doing a breakdown of, they have an inordinate amount of focus on the Dunbar Heritage Neighborhood Area Planning Steering Committee. So what this tells you is they're at the center of the hub, the brains of the operation, which is not what happened with the steering committee proper. I've actually got chats saved from the steering committee, the original steering committee, the comp plan committee, where I'm going to show you the ideological bent of some of these employees. So let's go ahead and look at the cast of characters, and then we can establish how Amanda, Andrea, and et al. Stack the deck. So these are all the people, all right? And in a moment, I'm going to go through each one of their LinkedIn profiles, and you can see where these people. So just kind of take a look at the names, and then I'm going to close this window up, and we're going to go one by one. Actually, I think I'm going to go in reverse order. The thing I want to say about William Agnew is he's on the Planning and Zoning Commission. I'm puzzled why Jim, who has been an incredible, well, I guess William lives in the neighborhood. That's probably why they picked him. And I see him walking around. I'm just very perplexed. I used to be William Agnew's #1 fan. I would always like wave to him and tell him how great he was until he voted for Access, AKA the smart terminal. So now let's take a look at what these people do. And then we're going to take a look at some of the chats from the original Comprehensive Plan Committee and see what these guys truly believe when it comes to these neighborhoods. So now I'm going to start off with Lisa. And as you can see, Lisa is an education outreach. She works with the Watershed Protection Plan, which is very puzzling for someone with this background, why she would approve all this connectability, these road projects and so forth, when she knows that sidewalk programs and bus stops and road programs are all over the Edwards Underwater Aquifer District. So there she is. That's very, very interesting to me. Okay, so let's go now to the next one. Now we're looking up this Alex Branberry. I guess Alex is the African-American from Dunbar that they've put on the board. And I'm very disappointed by, quite frankly, the ethnic breakdown of that board. So looks like he is with the Dunbar Heritage Association. Well, that's great. So then Alex should be very concerned with the composition of this plan. I haven't seen Alex at any public hearings talking about the high rises in Dunbar. I don't know who this man is, and so I'm kind of shocked if he signed off on this document. So that's Alex. Now let's take a look at Barry Reed, realtor. So we've got a realtor on the board. And let's see, we've got this Shaylin Campbell. I couldn't find anything on her. Is she a Texas State? What is she? I'm not sure what she does, but I haven't seen her at any. She's got a TikTok. That's interesting. Let's see. Well, I'm curious. Let's see what her TikTok is. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know if that's her or not. So, Garland, is this her? Student at Texas Women's University. I'm not sure who this lady is, but I haven't seen her at any meetings. Then we've got Sue Cohen, and I'm a big fan. I'm always speaking out in front of the Hayes Caldwell Council on Drug and Alcohol. I thought she was with the Women's Center. Okay. Then we've got Laura DuPont, who is very passionate about affordable housing, which is the death knell to historic preservation. She works with corridor title. And Laura, I love you, girl, but I disagree. You and I both know I disagree with your ideological perspective on development when it comes to, well, this is nice that she does this, when it comes to affordable housing, because that's going to really impact our neighborhood. Laura's a sweetheart. I like her as a person. And we've had some really actually genuine exchanges when I was running for political office and she interviewed me. I remember one time I came into a meeting about affordable housing with a big old sign, and she asked me about that in this interview, right? And I loved interviewing with the Board of Realtors. They were some sharp ladies. It was when I was running for office. And I told her, I said, it wasn't you, Lauren. I was there, Laura, because I was pissed off at Bert Lumbreras and I was crashing his party. So Laura DuPont is a person, God, love you, girl, but I'm sorry. You're like one of the biggest advocates of affordable housing, which means dense development in these neighborhoods. And that's not at all and if it was balanced, maybe I'd be like, yeah, put Laura on there and we'll get some balance of some other individuals who can maybe work collaboratively with her. But it's abundantly apparent that city staff stacked the debt. So that's our second realtor. And some of these people, we don't even know who they are. Richard Duvall, San Marcos ISD administrator. That's all I've got on him. And he doesn't have much of action going on his LinkedIn profile. And I've never seen him speak at a public hearing. Stephen Gonzalez, so he's a big guy with trails. So now we know where all the trails came from. Then we've got this guy. Are you guys Christians? I always wonder about these Unitarian Universalists. I just wonder about that. And if so, then we needed to have a Christian pastor from the Dunbar area. So this guy is apparently the secretary, this person here. And I've never seen you at a public hearing. So then we've got someone from the Centro on our list. I think it was, I don't remember which one, but certainly an individual from the Centro should be very concerned about all these new program initiatives, because basically the bottom line is this document is creating a bunch of city staff programs so that they can create more jobs for themselves and raise your property taxes. Then we've got this Monica lady who I couldn't find anything on her. And then we've got our Mr. Passionate Sustainable Transportation Professional, Alex, who every 5 seconds was agreeing with David Case. So he's a transit specialist. So rather than having it, we have one historical preservation specialist, and we've got a bunch of realtors. We've got people who they just kind of cherry picked, who I've never seen speak at the mic on any development issues. And that's the problem, is we're not identifying the issues that people have been very concerned about, but we don't have the actual people who show up. And this guy is definitely a new urbanist hack. He's unabashed about it, because we're going to show some of the things he said during the Comprehensive Steering Committee in the chat. And actually, let's go there right now. So I thought this was a really good point by Ryan during the steering committee, where he's talking about, let me pop this up to 125%. He's talking about how the downtown is the historic and cultural heart of San Marcos. I wonder if that made it in the downtown master plan. And then you've got Alex, I agree with David Case, agreeing with David Case. Plan for change instead of put our heads in the sand. This is what this guy's all about. He's basically saying, suck it up, historic preservationists, suck it up, the working poor of Dunbar, buckle down, we want development. That's what this guy's all about. And of course, I'm like typical developer speak. And this is true. We've gone through 3 master plans and 6 years of the code. Oh, believe me, Alex, our heads are not in the sand. So let's go to some more of what Alex had to say. So here we've got, this is like, I'm like obviously really going crazy in the chat. Craddock has been much approved by the addition of the bike lane. I rode there often. Yeah, he's like one of 2 people, him and Gabrielle Moore, like the only 2, everybody else. And in fact, the city cooked the books when they tried to say how there was an outpouring of support, and it was, and then we asked for a percentage, and it was literally the city cooking the books. So maybe it was Alex and Gabrielle. And then he's like, bravo, Lisa. So for something Lisa said up here a little while ago, he wasn't talking to me, because he and I get into it. And then he's like, I took a photo yesterday of another bike in Craddock. Ooh, he's got, it was probably Gabrielle. Y'all like gave each other the Queen's wave when he went by. And then he says, LMC is vehemently critical of sidewalks. And I'm like, that is a falsehood, Alex. Nice try. I am vehemently in favor of installing them where we need them. And our city staff and elected officials agree. Who are you, Alex? And I said, who indeed? And he says, I am the chairperson of the Parks and Recs Board, vehement proponent of sidewalks on every street at your service. So he doesn't care about trees, a guy on the Parks Board. He doesn't care about these heritage live oaks, which really calls into question his ideology as an individual on the Parks Board. It's almost like a double agent affair. And then I'm like, hey, and I'm like back channeling Andrea. I'm like, this Alex does not have his full name in the window. It's a recorded meeting. This is a transparency issue. And then I think, and then I'm like back channeling Amanda about my opinions of Alex. Lisa Arsenal, then she's talking about she wants some data. So Alex, gotta house people, single family homes don't own the skyline. So this is who Amanda Andrea, and this is actually a decision by Allison, the city planner who was responsible for the woods, put this guy on there. No guarantees, but death and taxes. And then I love what Lisa says here. It'd be nice if downtown could be a place where people could go remember as San Marcos was before growth. A place to slow growth and relax and feel at peace. So I wanted to identify that comment by Lisa, because the question is